All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the garage. This is my 2022 Tesla Model Y long range. I've had it a couple months now, and I've loved the car. Really, there's not a lot involved in owning the car as far as like maintenance or doing any kind of like, routine checks on it. Really, it's pretty maintenance free. One thing you do want to do, and I haven't done this until just the other day, and that is you want to make sure you're checking the PSI, the tire pressure, because I checked mine the other day. I actually did it with a manual gauge and then found out where it is on the screen. But the tires need to be ran at 42 psi. That's the recommended psi for these tires. And these front two, the passenger side front and rear were both at 35 psi, and my driver's sides were at 40 psi. And I thought that was kind of strange that there was such a difference between the two, the front, the back, and then this side was different. Was so much different. I had it at the Tesla Service Center about a month ago. They were fixing the alignment, which was one of the issues that was resolved when I was delivering the vehicle. When the vehicle was delivered, I had that resolved, the alignment. So it's been in there, and I don't think they checked the PSI because I haven't checked it. This is the first time I've checked it, and it was significantly off. So 7 PSI low here, 2 PSI low on that side. Now we're getting into fall. It's starting to get some colder temperatures. And so it's in October, and so we're going to get some, colder fall and winter temperatures. So really it seems like fall and winter are more important times, and the tire pressure changes a lot more than in the summer. Because in the summer, if you have a couple PSI low and you go out and drive on a hot asphalt road, it's just going to heat right back up, and it's going to heat those tires up, and the PSI will come up anyways. But one thing that you want to do is keep the PSI at the recommended PSI all the time. That's going to help preserve the tires, because really the big maintenance items on these cars are just new tires. And Teslas are known to chew up tires a lot more frequently than any other car, partly because they do accelerate a lot faster. So you're doing a lot more faster acceleration. They're a lot heavier cars, and you're running at a higher PSI, and so there's just more weight and more acceleration on these tires, and so therefore you're going to wear through these a lot more. So if you can get more mileage out of these tires, that's better. Keep them at the proper PSI is definitely going to help in that quest. All right, inside the car, I want to show you where you can check your PSI and how you can see what your pressures are for each. So if you go into the car screen here, that just goes into the car menu items. If we go into service, it's just this front screen right here. Now, one thing that was weird is at 35 psi, I didn't get any kind of warning on the dash saying I have a low tire. I thought it would, 4 or 5 psi low. It should. That was 7 psi lower. So right now, I'm at 40 psi on the driver's side, 39 on this side, and you can see at the top here it says the recommend 42 psi. So if you don't have a tire gauge, that's fine. You don't need a tire gauge to check the PSI. Just come on here into the screen. Now, if you see, this was updated 24 minutes ago. So if you fill up the tire and it still shows low, you just need to drive. When you drive, it's monitoring the tire pressure ever so often, and so just check it on an occasional basis to make sure you're at the proper PSI level. All right, it's nice to have a little tool like this. This is just a little air compressor here. The nice thing I like about this is that it plugs into the wall, but then it also has a really long 12-volt socket. So I keep this in the car. I keep it in the very back. I'll show you where I keep this in the back trunk area. But I can plug this into the 12-volt socket, and then I can fill up my tires if needed. And so it's got a lot of uses. So I can use it at home for tires. I can use it on the road. And I also keep this Fix-A-Flat in the trunk as well, because these cars do not have a spare tire. If I get a flat tire, I'm really kind of stuck out on the road. I'd have to call roadside assistance. But if I have a Fix-A-Flat can here, I can fill up the tire with this, and then I can use my compressor to inflate the tire and at least get me to a service center, and I'm not stranded out on the road. So two very helpful things to have when you're traveling with your Tesla. I keep this in there all the time. So for example, we saw that this one, my tires are a little bit low. They're reading 39, 40 psi. We need to keep them at 42. The cool thing I like with this one is it has a digital readout. I can just set the PSI amount. So I just push the up arrow until I get to 42. So it says 42 psi. That's blinking right there. And then to fill up your tire, you just take off the little cap here on the valve stem. And then we push that on, and then we clamp it down like that until and then it'll show us. So you see here it shows us 39.5. It's currently at 39.5 and we have it set at 42. So if we just hit the start button, and once it reaches your set PSI, it just stops automatically, and then you just pull the lever, take that off, put your cap back on, and then just do that to all 4 tires. So if checking them regularly is really going to help prolong these tires, because these lower profile tires are expensive. And if you can get the most mileage out of these, that's the ideal situation, because really that's when it comes to maintenance on these cars, that's really all that's involved in maintenance. Keep your windshield washer topped off, keeping your tires in good shape, keeping fresh tires on your car. If you can get the most mileage you can out of these, it's going to save you money in the long run. So get you a good usable compressor like this, a little air inflator that you can keep in the car. And you can constantly monitor your air pressure, because you don't want to get stranded. You don't want to wear your tires out quicker than you have to, and keeping them at the right PSI is really going to be the most helpful way to doing that. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully that was helpful information. Be sure to keep an eye on your tire pressures, because it seems like the monitoring system wasn't letting me know that I had low tires. And who knows how low it would have gone without it warning me. So get a little compressor, keep it in your car, and get a fix a flat. That way you're prepared if you have any kind of flat tire on the road. And then keeping these aired up is really going to be critical to getting the most life out of these tires. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.